Supercars. They're nice, aren't they? Sleek, powerful, expensive, impractical. Most of the time, what you really need is a normal car. Introducing the new Honda HR-V.
The HR-V comes along at quite an interesting time in South Africa because more and more of us are buying SUVs instead of sedans. There's the added practicality, the higher ride height means you get a higher seating position, and then there are some positives which no one really mentions. The ability of small SUVs to take shortcuts is very underrated in my opinion. I mean, that'll shave seconds off your school run. There are only two models in the HR-V range, the 1.5 Comfort, which I'm driving, and the 1.8 Elegance. But both of those models only come with one gearbox.
And it's a gearbox which doesn't actually have any gears at all. It's called a continuously variable transmission, or CVT.
The problem with a CVT gearbox is that even though it gives you very good fuel consumption, it's not great to drive, especially if you're in a bit of a hurry. So put your foot down. Wow, that's annoying. It's like having a lawnmower strapped to your face. And so you have to change your driving style. You have to be very gentle with the throttle, keep the revs quite low, and then it's actually quite a pleasant car to drive. And in a big car like this, I'm achieving under 8 liters to the 100. So there's the payoff, and it feels like petrol's never really going to get cheaper. So nothing wrong with that. Now I must admit, I actually quite like the styling of this HR-V. It's quite chunky, it's got lots of presence. It actually belies its size because sometimes SUVs can be a bit too big and that makes them a bit unwieldy in cities and hard to park in underground parking lots. But if we compare the HR-V to our crew bucky here, the Mazda BT50, you can see how small it really is, and yet it still offers incredible load space. Cars like the Ford EcoSport are incredibly popular, as are cars like the Nissan Qashqai, and the HR-V slots right in there between the two. While it's not as big as a Qashqai, it's certainly priced about the same, with prices starting at 299,000 Rand. Even at just under 300,000 Rand, this comfort model is quite well spec'd. I've got steering wheel controls, Bluetooth, aux jacks, 2 USB ports, a power socket next to the USB ports, air conditioning, a 5-inch screen, and cruise control. So it's a bit more than an EcoSport, but because of Honda's brilliant magic seating system, this car offers about as much space as a Qashqai and way more space than an EcoSport. Hondas have a reputation for being very practical, and there are a number of clever touches which make this HR-V at least as practical as a much bigger car. First of all, the boot opening itself. It goes from there all the way to there. It's incredibly wide, and it means that you can access the entire load area. The boot sill is very low as well, even though there's a full-size spare under there, so it's easy to lift objects into the boot. The parcel shelf is very unique. Never seen this before actually. Now normally parcel shelves can be a bit of a pain because you have to find somewhere to put them if you take them out of the car. But look at that, folds into something very small and convenient. But when it comes to maximizing load space, Honda has a real ace up its sleeve. It's called magic seating, and I cannot understand why every car maker on earth doesn't do this. First of all, the seat butts fold up. So if you've just bought a plasma TV, that'll just slide right in here, no problem. Love that. And then the back seats fold down completely flat. And it can do that because the bit where your bum goes slides down to the bit where your feet go. Look at that. I mean, that's enormous. You could fit a whole herd of Labradors in here. There's no school science project your kids could make that wouldn't fit. Volcanoes, penguins, paper mache pigs, everything. So would I actually buy this Honda? Well, they do have a brilliant reputation for reliability.
The HR-V is the kind of car I'd buy if I didn't want to buy another car for the next 10 years. It might have slightly less features than a top-of-the-range Ford EcoSport, and it might be a bit smaller than the Nissan Qashqai, but it remains a very capable in-betweener. It feels like it has a lot of heart, and I like that.